Today I'm going to be talking about the new Pokemon in Pokemon Legends Arceus. I'm going to be taking this more from a Pokemon lore perspective as opposed to like a historical lore perspective, because I feel like so many people have already done fantastic videos about how these Pokemon relate to actual real world history. For example, Lockstin went through like all of it like super in depth. I'll just leave a link below to that video because there's no way I can top that. But what I can do is look at these new forms and think about why they don't exist in future Sinnoh. First, I'm going to talk about Weirdeer because I feel like this is the easiest and most obvious one. It says in the Pokemon website that Weirdeer is a Pokemon that's close with people and helps make their lives possible. It says in the Hisuian region, Stantler can evolve into Weirdeer. This Pokemon has been treasured since long ago by the people of this region, for whom it is indispensable. It grows much larger when it evolves, and garments with the fur shed from its beard, tail, and legs are highly prized for their top-notch protection against the cold. So already we're starting to see a couple reasons why this Pokemon might not exist in the future. For one thing, Sinnoh became more populated and urbanized in the future, so the people wouldn't have as much of a need for Weirdeer in order to travel around. It also says that Weirdeer is covered in fur, so if the region gets warmer in the future, there probably would be less Weirdeer. And we see that this is probably true because a larger area of the map is covered in ice in the past compared to the future. It also says that Weirdeer searches out safe paths by using its antlers like antennae, running at the head of its herd and leading young Stantler. In Pokemon Pearl and Platinum, aka the future, Stantler can only be caught at the base of Mount Coronet, meaning without Weirdeer, Stantler can't actually climb Mount Coronet because it can't find those safe paths. Basically, in the past, Stantler probably had a lot larger habitat. It probably lived in a lot more places in the Sinnoh region. I think we'll probably see a lot more Stantler around in Pokemon Legends Arceus compared to Pearl and Platinum, and definitely Diamond because it wasn't even in Diamond. Next up, let's look at Basculegion, the evolution of Basculin. Basculin wasn't introduced until Generation 5, so it wasn't even in the Gen 4 games. This suggests that Basculin must have migrated away from the Sinnoh region. And when we take a look at the website for Pokemon Legends Arceus, this makes total sense. It says this evolution occurs when a Basculin is possessed by the souls of other Basculin from its school that could not withstand the harsh journey upstream. It seems like at some point, Basculin are going to migrate away from the Sinnoh region because this harsh journey is just too tough. While this might be good for the Basculin, I mean, like, not dying is generally a good thing, it does mean that there would be no more Basculegion because they wouldn't have to face that hardship. Hisuian Braviary is an alternate form of regular Braviary, so it's just like a different evolution for Rufflet. This Pokemon prefers a very cold climate. On the website, it says that in the winter, this Pokemon flies in from somewhere farther north. That means that Hisuian Braviary already only is in the Sinnoh region when it's winter in Sinnoh, so when it's like extra cold. If Sinnoh were to get a little warmer, which we speculate that it does between Pokemon Legends Arceus and Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, then this Pokemon would have no reason to migrate to Sinnoh. But now I kind of want to go further north and see what it's like there. And now we get to the tricky one, Hisuian Growlithe. I have been racking my brain to try to figure out why this Pokemon doesn't exist in the future. I kept going deep into the actual real world lore of this Pokemon because it's like absolutely fascinating, but I think it has no connection at all to why this Pokemon no longer exists. Realistically, there are two different explanations for why this Pokemon might be extinct. The first is that we know that Hisuian Growlithe has a lot more fur than regular Growlithe, so it could be the same type of situation that we see with like Weirdeer. It's too fluffy and Sinnoh becomes warmer, so it just doesn't make sense for that Growlithe to survive there anymore. It probably just adapted and lost some of its fur. In my opinion though, this next second explanation actually makes a lot more sense. On the website, it says that Hisuian Growlithe are highly vigilant and tend to be seen watching over their territory in pairs. Apparently, they have lived apart from humans for a long time and are unused to being around people. Building trust with a Hisuian Growlithe takes time. This is so different from regular Growlithe, who are extremely extremely loyal to their trainer. What I think is actually happening here is a case of domestication, probably through selective breeding. Just like in the real world, people probably saw Hisuian and Growlithe and were like, oh, I'm gonna take one of these in and have it be my bestest buddy. You know, like how humans domesticated wild dogs. Hisuian and Growlithe live in pairs and have loyalty to each other. It seems like Growlithe has been changed over time in such a way that instead of pairing with another Growlithe are pairing with their trainers. This explains why regular Growlithe don't have a sharp horn on their head, because evolutionarily, having something that could hurt your trainer is probably not the best move. Not to mention that the website says that the sharp horn on its head breaks easily, so really there's not a lot of point in it having that, especially after being domesticated. Since the horn on its head is made of rock and it does not need that horn in the future, it makes sense that Growlithe loses the rock typing. So that's why all the new Pokemon in Pokemon Legends Arceus don't exist in the future of Sinnoh. Makes a whole lot more sense than the explanation they gave for this guy. Let me know in the comments any other explanations you've come up with for why these Pokemon went extinct. Next week, I'm going to be posting a full map breakdown based on what we saw in the most recent Pokemon Presents for Pokemon Legends Arceus, so you want to make sure that you hit subscribe, turn on notifications so that you do not miss that video. And make sure you hit that like button. Bye!